Beckie's Live. So that classic meal, steak and potatoes with fresh vegetables, it's always a good idea. But it's easy to stay in the habit of eating the same thing over and over again.
Our friends at the Minnesota Beef Council love a good steak dinner, but they believe in mixing it up every once in a while. Here with light and tasty beef recipes perfect for any summer day, we welcome Becky Church back to the show. Hi, Becky.
Becky!
I like to say steak and potato people are my kind of people.
Oh, yeah, that is the truth. You can't trust anybody who says they don't like steak and potatoes. But I do love these ideas, the beef steak gyros you're starting with. And I always think it's fun when you bring us ideas for different cuts of meat. So the flat iron steak is what you're using today. What do you love about this?
So the flat iron steak is a little bit less popular, but one I'd highly recommend for rich and tender flavor. It comes from the shoulder, so where you find your chuck roast too in the shoulder, we know those are really tender cuts.
I feel like, you know what, everybody should have at home, Becky? We should all have that. Be helpful, because that's a common question. What kind of meat is it? Where does it come from?
Yeah.
We should all have those pictures of the full cow.
I know.
So that you can see where the flank comes from.
And then you can put it in a frame, Becky, and you can put it right by your freezer so you know what you have.
I digress. You continue, Becky.
So you said we're making Greek beef gyros,
Yum.
and personally, I love getting these at the county fair each year, a big family favorite. But this year, with fairs being canceled, you can still bring that eating experience home into your kitchen. It's a lot easier than you think. So like I said, we start with a flat iron steak that we put out on the grill. When it comes to grilling, first things first, make sure at the start of the season that you've cleaned your grill.
Yeah.
Get rid of any of that excess fat or gunk that's sitting there from last year that could potentially cause a fire. Safety first when it comes to grilling. Then make sure you preheat your grill for a while. And then when you're actually making your steak, don't overflip. I think that's the #1 mistake a lot of people make when it comes to grilling. So
they're just messing with it too much. They're flipping it and flopping it and all over the place. You got to just let it do its thing.
Right, and then just rely on your thermometer to get you to 145 for rare. Let it sit for 5 minutes, and then once you've done that, you can slice it up for your gyro. So here I have some steak right off the grill that I'm going to layer right onto a beef pita.
Oh, this is so good, because I think what prevents a lot of people from doing the gyro idea at home is like, are we going to put lamb on a spit at home? That feels like a lot to handle. Night. Right? I mean, and how is it going to rotate so evenly? Where this is just a fun idea. And then I'm assuming you've got all the good flavors like the red onion and the tzatziki and everything.
Yes, so I have red onion, fresh tomatoes, which are great this time of year. And then I made a homemade cucumber Greek yogurt sauce, which is so easy. You'd love this, Elizabeth.
Yeah.
It's just plain Greek yogurt, and then you cut up cucumbers, add minced garlic, salt, and pepper, and then you can just top it right onto the pita.
That's the best.
Simple. Plain Greek yogurt is waiting to find a partner to dance with.
I know.
And like
Sweet
I can
or
go
savory.
any direction that you want. Oh, that looks really fantastic, Becky. All right.
And if you want to take it on the go too, Steve, you can put it right in foil.
Oh, good.
And go ahead and just wrap it up. It'll stay warm, and you can take it on the go.
I love the idea of on the go. Like, hey, I got to drive to the gas station. I'm going to take my
Wrap
gyro
it
on the
in foil.
go.
I'm bringing the gyro with me. You've got a couple other ideas. I love this. You have a 3-step pasta toss. Tell us about this.
Yes, so this is actually a recipe that started with ground beef, but I elevated the eating experience to include a sirloin, which we love for being super versatile. You really can't screw sirloin up. It is thicker, so keep that in mind to add a few minutes onto your grilling time. Really simple. Only took 3 steps to make this recipe. You start with boiling water for your noodles and make bow tie noodles. I kind of like bow tie this time of year. It reminds me of the barbecues in the backyard or summer.
That's cute. Yeah.
Right. And then I used asparagus, but you could use any veggie you want. You can actually finish it up with boiling the same water from that the noodles are in with the steak. And then I just topped with the steak, and then you can put some fresh parm on top.
Oh, good idea.
There's something I'm not using.
So is this one, do you eat it hot or do you eat it cold, or does it not matter?
You can do it either or. I actually like it cold. I kind of tend to crave cold foods this time of year a little bit more than the hot stuff, but you can do it anyway.
I like the idea, too, you say, Becky, that you can slice the steak and cook it in a cast iron pan ahead of time if you didn't necessarily want to do the whole thing, which might be a little bit less intimidating for a steak than just trying to get it just right, one piece of meat.
Right. Or say you don't have access to a grill. It's an easy way to do it on a cast iron skillet inside. You could start by cubing it, like you said, and even make like little steak bites out of it for kids.
So good.
Easy enough. Hey, let's keep the sirloin steak out and show us how you're working it into one more simple salad.
So then we've got the basic Lila salad. It's a mozzarella, tomato, and steak salad. So I have leftover sirloin, which you could use, Steve, if you have someone grilling this weekend for Father's Day. We'll cross our fingers for you. You'll have leftover steak. You can put it on a fresh salad for lunch the next day. We have red onions, colorful red tomatoes. If you're not going to plate it and eat it at home, this is a perfect opportunity to take it on the go, too, with a little mason jar. You can actually start with the dressing on the bottom. The green mix, and then top it with, you know, the fresh vegetables and the meat. That way it won't get soggy, the lettuce, when you start with the vinaigrette.
Okay, that is super smart, Becky, because I love a caprese salad. Like, I love that.
Yes.
I just made one the other day for lunch. I love it. That being said, there is, like, you're not quite as full from that salad because you don't have the protein on it. And with the steak, then you got that protein and you're ready to go. Becky, you're the best.
Thank you, Becky. We appreciate it. Good to see you again.
Good to see you guys.
We posted a link to Becky's recipes on our website, TwinCitiesLive.com. You're also going to find a link to the Minnesota Beef Council's Facebook page, where you can find tips for simple steak swaps.
Big thanks to Minnesota Beef Council for sponsoring Twin Cities Live.
Next up.